Boom! It's episode 63, and we're rolling, bro.
Oh shit!
Get your setup out. That shit looks legit.
Yeah,
I got my buddy Reko Moreno on. You know, it's funny. Like every time I have to use Siri to text you, you spell your name R-E-K-O.
Yeah.
So I gotta say Reko Moreno. I'm like, hey Siri, text Reko Moreno. It's tight. How are you, brother?
Good, man. Good.
Welcome to Curious Radio, man.
Dude, I'm excited, man. This is a great little setup here. Look at this. This is awesome, bro.
This is tight. You got a little camera set up.
Yeah.
This thing is tight. What is this thing?
So it's an iPhone. So what the whole thing is set up is like it's just my iPhone, and I'm filming right now too.
Yeah,
So I got a Rode mic on it. Shit, didn't even have that thing on. So I got a Rode mic. This is a little holding thing for me because I have that lens. So what that lens does, it gives me a wide angle. So when you look at it,
yeah,
I actually have a lot more.
Yeah, I see that.
Of the screen, so I can actually put two people into a shot. And this is what I shot my movie with.
Dude.
Literally, this is it.
Well, because that was a big thing. Homeboy that did Tangerine at Sundance.
Yeah.
And he used iPhones.
He used the iPhone. Yeah.
And this is a similar kind of setup.
So I use the same app that he used. I think he used Movie Pro, so I got Movie Pro. There's another one called Filmatic. And what those apps let you do is I can stabilize a shot. So as I turn the camera, it kind of keeps everything steady, like cinematic, instead of what you would do if you were shooting with your regular camera app. Yeah. It'll be all shaky and shit.
Yeah.
Also, I can control frame rate. I can control ISO. Everything like a DSLR.
So it's, you have
it's a DSLR. It's a DSLR, but in a mini version.
And how much would a setup like that cost you?
The mic's the most expensive. So the mic is about $250. This rig here, $50. That lens is $20, and this small little tripod, another $30.
Dude,
that's it.
Yeah, for like a couple $100 on an iPhone.
Boom! I made a movie.
You can make a movie. Yeah.
So what's different with Tangerine? They use this, and you know, people have done iPhone movies. This is not the first.
Yeah.
So what they've been doing is they're still telling a regular story. You know, the audience is still a voyeur. You're still watching a movie take place. You're not a part of it.
The story's still got to be there.
Yeah.
You know?
So with mine, what I did is I shot it through the eyes of a vlogger. Because if you look at YouTube and you look at all these young people, what they're doing now is they're turning that camera on themselves and they're just sharing their life. Kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
They're just sharing a story. They're doing that. So the camera is now on them. But because they're talking to the camera, they're actually relating to the screen. They're talking to their audience and asking questions. So that's what I did with my film. And
we've also been indoctrinated kind of to watch things that way.
Social media. We share our lives already.
Yeah.
So what I did is I took all those ideas of sharing your life, they do in vlogs, and they just share their day. They're like, hey, this is what I'm doing today. I did that, and I tried to tell a whole story with an arc. A full arc, a whole 3-act structure, beginning, middle, and end, with a character that's actually going for something. So it's told and visually like a vlog, but the story is still a narrative.
It kind of feels like a true story.
It does. No, it does.
Yeah.
If you don't know me, you're going to think this is... Part of it's real, man. Some of it was just improv. Like, I literally was filming. I was like, hey, let's film right now. Just like we were doing right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I just captured.
Sometimes you get the best magic in those moments, you know.
I agree, man. I agree.
Because you're not worried about like
being perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Are you in frame over there? Yeah, you're in frame. Sorry, I'm just checking camera. Yeah, you know
that's how I do it. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that like we have these tools now. How long have we been in this industry now?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
In those 10, because I can think back to 10 years. This shit was not possible.
No, man.
Not
even this story wouldn't be
ago.
No, this story wouldn't be possible because it would be like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to the camera? That's weird.
Yeah. You'd be breaking all them norms.
I broke all the norms, and we're allowed to now because we're indoctrinated, just like you said.
You're good. Yeah, you're peeking.
Okay.
You keep it like 6 inches away. You're good. Yeah. We are indoctrinated. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
6 inches.
It's kind of crazy, man. Because now it's in our hands, and there's no excuse for us not to make our own content. You know what I mean? And that's what the beautiful thing that I think that these things. But it also oversaturates the market, right? Like,
oversaturates it. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'm going to be filming, and I'm going to be filming more of this if you don't mind.
Yeah.
But I'm actually creating a vlog because I'm going through something that I've never done before. So right now I've been an actor, and I did that, and I booked some stuff, and it's great. I got to work.
That's how we met. We had the same manager for a lot of years.
Oh yeah, my dad. Yeah. So that's how we met, and then I was fortunate enough to kind of go into producing and then directing. So I directed Bushido Battleground. I directed some other stuff.
Yeah. Which we'll talk about because that's fucking awesome.
Awesome, man. Thanks. Yeah, that'll be cool. But I realized that there's so much out there. There's so much content. There's so many things out there.
So many stories to be told.
Yeah, but how do you break through that noise? And so even with my film, I've never been a feature film maker, a director.
Yeah.
I've never done this before. So now I'm finishing the film. We're in post. We're almost done. And now I'm like, okay, cool. What do I do now?
How long is the film?
90 minutes.
Woo.
Bro, 90 minutes.
This is your first feature.
It's my first feature.
Bro.
Accidental feature.
How's the...
See, it wasn't supposed to be a feature.
Oh,
I didn't know what I was doing. I was an experiment because I had this and I was like doing stuff with Chevy. And I'm like,
yeah.
let me just practice
Yeah.
directing because I'm going to do this Bushido show.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is before Bushido
This is
Battleground.
before Bushido.
Ah.
And it's been going through Bushido. Bushido's done and I'm still
Yeah.
working on this.
Shit. How does that feel, bro? To have that whole... everything fall on you. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of work. It's stressful. It's a huge learning curve, man. There's a saying. I wanted to say this, and I'm gonna say it right now. I don't know if you've heard of Jim Rohn.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, dude, I love that dude.
Yeah.
So Jim Rohn has a thing where he says, "Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better."
Yeah.
And that's sometimes me. I'm like, man, I wish this was easier. Like I'm having to do this. I'm having to do that, and then I'll pop into my head. I'm like, you know what? It's a learning curve. I just gotta get better.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning editing. I've learned producing like a feature film. Now I'm learning how to sell a film because I'm going out there and start building a business plan.
You
I'm
gotta go
meeting
to
with investors.
AFM and be like, hey, guys,
Yeah,
where's the
but
investors?
that's my whole new world that I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, I've never been in this position. But guess what? I did this in my previous life because I was in finance. I was in sales. So now I'm
It
bringing
comes full circle,
it
kind
comes-
of.
Yeah, that's what life
You
is
know?
about. And so many people think that just going one way is the only way you need to do
Yeah.
it. Honestly, these little detours
Yeah.
are going to bring useful skills
Yeah.
for you later in life. And now those skills that I had in my early 20s are now popping in.
That's what I tell everybody. I'm like, you got to embrace every experience because you don't know where life is going to lead you. And sometimes I believe that we're always exactly where we need to be for the most part.
Yeah.
We're exactly where we need to be. And the universe is trying to show us something, right? There's trying to, let me turn this off real quick. The universe is kind of direct, almost like nudging us, bro, nudging us in the direction that we want because you know you have these skills that you picked up from a previous life and you're like fuck, or almost like a previous life, right?
Yeah.
The same things have been happening to me. So my first love was music, right? So I thought I was gonna be a drummer. I was like, I'm gonna be a rock star. I'm gonna do this. I just posted a video on Instagram of 10 years ago, bro. I was playing at this venue. It's fucking insane. And you know you think about that, and now like. I've been booking a bunch of commercials, playing drums.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah, bro, playing drums in them. So my Sketches
That's
commercial I just did, I'm playing drums in it. I got this Kia commercial, I'm playing drums in it. I got this other one that I can't really talk about. I'm playing drums in it, and I'm just like, it's kind of crazy. It comes full fucking circle, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
crazy. That's
yeah.
serendipitous.
But I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. It sounds like it's a labor of love for you.
It is, man. So this is what you hear.
And it's just you. Do you have any producers or?
No, I don't have any producers. So I do have a friend helping with editing. As far as story, man, it really has fallen on me, and I'm not a writer.
Yeah.
I won't. And it's hard for me to even claim that right now,
Yeah.
that status. Like, oh, I'm a writer. I've written this damn movie.
Yeah.
I've gone back and
Hey,
forth
bro,
with it.
you're a writer.
But I guess I'm a writer. But no, so I'm in a writer's room.
I'm just saying, you got a fucking feature that's in
Yeah.
post, and it was written by you, so turns out you're a writer.
It turns out I am. But
Yeah.
no, it's been really hard, man. I'm the only one. I am looking to try to get another producer on board because there's all this stuff that I'm about to step into
Yeah.
that I've never been in.
Yeah.
If I don't get one, fuck it. I'm just going to do it myself.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like I've already been doing this. Labor of love, no money.
It's kind of how this project started, right? You've been doing it yourself. You got your own camera. You got your own whole setup. I mean, that's a story in itself, man. That's a selling point.
And
of
that's
a
what I was
fucking
talking to
movie.
you when we were at that party.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, bro, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. It's not just the movie itself.
That's
it's
a
a
selling
story.
point. Yeah.
The selling point.
Yeah.
What are you doing to sell it?
Yeah.
And I just met with one of my mentors. He's a very successful guy, wealthy, business guy. And so I was talking to him because I want advice.
Yeah.
As a
Of course,
business
of
person,
course.
can you give me advice?
Yeah.
And he asked me, just giving me questions. What's this film about? What's this? He's like, I love film. So tell me what your plan is. What is this? What is that? And he was just like rapid fire, just
Yeah.
asking these questions. And then towards the end of the
He's
conversation,
getting you ready for a sales pitch.
yeah, no, but what he did, he's like, look, this is what I want from you. I want the feature, I want the trailer, and I want a business plan. I'm going to put you in front of my friends that are investors. They invest in real estate,
shit.
they invest in all these other things, but they like to take chances. You're asking for what, 100, 125,000? That's
Yeah.
nothing to them.
Yeah.
Their things are in the millions.
Yeah.
This might be
you go.
this might be something that's fun for them.
Yeah.
So bring all these things to me. We'll review it, and then when you're ready, I'm putting you in front. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this.
Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah. So
But that's kind of how things unfold, right? Like, you know.
but you gotta ask for help.
Yeah.
The thing is, you gotta.
And
for
also
so long-
accept that.
Accept that.
Accept that they're also like when you ask for help and somebody gives you way more than you expected, you're like, okay, All right. Well, I guess I'm meeting with a bunch of fucking investors.
Or,
you know what I mean?
for instance, when I talked to you, I didn't know your background. I just know you're an actor. You're a cool guy. You're my friend. So when I started telling you about the film, and we started talking about like the marketing, I was like, wait, that's your background? Yeah. Give me some more advice. What do you think? And you were, story. What's your story? What's your story? I'm like, the story is I shot it by myself. Think of Rebel Without a Crew. Robert Rodriguez. This is like the second coming. Except
and you worked with him too.
Yeah. Except I star in the film. He did it. You know.
Bro. Yeah.
And really is the same kind of like world that I'm just stepping into. And what's funny is like you're right. I just worked with him. I worked under his company.
Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez, El Rey Network.
He's a big guy that everybody looks up to a lot because now like everybody's kind of becoming a Robert Rodriguez, right? They're all writing their own cool little. Yeah.
We almost have to. In a way,
because there is no path, quote unquote, to Hollywood. No. It's just Rico's got to do Rico, right? Yeah. And that's the only way in, right? And I think the problem is that most people try to fit this mold of like, is this what you guys want to see? Is this you know? And it becomes this weird. They're like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? It seems so unauthentic, so unnatural. Because
they're not being themselves. You're right, dude. I've done that a lot.
You see, so have I, bro. Dude, that's how I learned. You know,
I go in for gangster, and I'm like,
what's up, fool?
What's up, fool? Oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. What's up, man?
Yeah.
I'm not tough at all.
But
bro.
if you just step into that reality, it's a possibility of yourself, right? And you can bring certain aspects.
Instead of trying to be so tough.
Exactly. Yeah, being Rico, if Rico was a gangster, you know what I mean?
He'll be the goofy ass gangster.
That's interesting though. It's more interesting than fucking every guy in there coming in doing the same bullshit. You know what I mean?
So true, man.
And that's kind of the only way it is. So with creating your own content, you can create that and be like, look, this is my vibe. This is what this podcast is. I mean, this is my vibe. All right.
Yeah, this is your thing. This is your thing.
I like conversations. I like this kind of shit. So it's like, let me just share that. We have the ability now to create and to share the stories that we want just because it's accessible. Nobody has an excuse anymore. There's no excuses for you not to create other than, you know, lack of resources, which are super easily attainable now. If you get a easy little job, you can save some money up to get one of these little rigs or whatever.
Dude, this to me changed the game.
Yeah.
Soderbergh talks about it in an article because he just did a film on the iPhone, and he's like, this is going to change everything.
Yeah.
And I will second that because it does. What I got away with this little thing is if you watch my movie, my production value is dope.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm so talented. No, it's just I fucking stole shots like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm at Yankee games. So the movie takes place in New York.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Philadelphia.
You know how much it costs, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. That's the biggest cost in the film. Location.
Dude, bro. I'm walking around with this. If I put a tripod, I get stopped. And I have that in the film because I did. I was at Chelsea Market, had the whole thing set up, and I was doing these like beauty shots that I do, like these experimental shots. And boom, security comes in and stops me. Hey. But if I'm holding it, they look at me. They see me and they're like, "Oh, he must be shooting something for his family."
Yeah,
you know, that's it.
I don't know what the fuck that thing is. Most people don't know. You know,
what is that? I'm like, "It's my iPhone." Okay, and they walk away.
Boom. Yeah.
But what I was doing, I was shooting a movie.
He's like, "You didn't ask me what I'm doing."
Yeah,
I'm shooting a film, bro. Sneaky. Yeah, but New York is like that too. New York is like, as long as you don't put a tripod down, you can film in the streets. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can do like legit cameras. But out here in LA, man,
dude, you get stopped
anywhere.
You get stopped.
I worked like, you know, when you first start out, you do these like rogue productions or whatever. We would get stopped all the fucking time if we didn't have a permit. People would be like, "You have a permit? You have a permit?" Everybody wants to get paid. Everybody wants their cut. There's you know, everybody's trying to get their cut because they see production. They think there's a bunch of big money, but most of it's this shit. You know what I mean?
Independent, bro.
It's somebody with the fucking iPhone doing their thing or a DSLR or something. It's like, all right, guys, you're trying to get money out of me. It doesn't really work that way. Yeah.
Good luck.
I don't have much, man. You know.
Good luck, my friends.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So, what kind of guided you into like going into the world of producing? You know what I mean? Like, what was it frustrations through the acting world, or because that shit could be a thing too? You know what I mean?
It was, man. It was actually mostly frustration. One, I have that business background, so it was easier for me.
Yeah.
But it was frustration, and it's been frustrating, dude. I still, one of the biggest people that I look up to is Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Rocky. Yeah. I mean, that's the epitome of making your own project, starring your own stuff. And he talks about it where he says that the reason he started writing was because his acting wasn't going anywhere. So he had to write his own way in.
He had to make his own path.
And then he was like, okay, now I'm a writer-actor, but people don't want to direct it the way I want it to be seen. So he had to direct. And he's like, now people don't want to make these movies because I'm the guy doing everything. Yeah. So now I have to produce. It was like he constantly had to learn something new to get things done. And if you watch Expendables, like
that's what you're doing right now.
That's what I'm doing. So I've kind of followed his like motto, and I'm like, shit, at least I'm getting something done.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about auditioning.
But at the same time, like this is why you do it. You know what I mean? You do it to get something done. Not necessarily to be like rich or whatever. Yeah, of course we all want money,
but it's not that alone.
But you wanted to create, right?
Yeah.
And now that you have the ability to create on your own, just fucking, there's no reason not to.
And it's weird. I was talking to a friend of mine from Houston. He's not in this business, so it's good to have those kind of friends because you talk about them. And I was like, yesterday we were talking, and I'm like, I'm obsessed with this film. I'm not making any money.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any, like, it's not bringing any income. I'm living off my savings.
Yeah.
He's like, then why you keep doing it? I'm like, honestly, I'm obsessed.
I love it.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
Now I know what they talk about with Van Gogh and Michelangelo and all these artists where they're just doing stuff and they just can't stop. This obsession, these scientists, same thing. They're just like tinkering. I can't stop. I
Yeah. I could do this and I could do that and I could do this.
Like that's me. I'm like staying up all night. I'm watching my footage. I'll study something. I'll go back to it. I'm like, it's an obsession.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank God it's not alcohol, drugs.
Yeah. No. But that's how you control it, right? Because we all have our vices, and that's one of them for me. Like this, this is kind of an obsession. People are like, why do you do this? I'm like, I can't stop, man. I love this shit. I love this shit. I don't know what it is.
I can't stop talking about this.
Yeah,
I can't stop this.
Same.
I'm
bro.
addicted, dude.
Yeah.
It's like this is my vice. Mm-hmm. It's also my passion and it's also my career.
And it's crazy that you kind of like discovered it through just remaining malleable, right? Staying curious and because I did all angles of like this not all angles, but a lot of angles of the entertainment industry. I've worked at like under managers. I've worked in casting. I've worked just to understand the different aspects of a business, right? Of the business of entertainment. And when you get to produce and direct and write your own project, I'm sure you get to realize that so much of it is not about you when you go audition or you know what I mean. It's so much. There's so many moving parts to when it comes to a show or a film or whatever, producers and money and all this shit that you can't. It helps you not take things personal because it's never personal, really.
That's true. That's
true.
True.
It's not personal. You're understanding more of the process. You're like, okay, well, the investor needed to make their money, so they went with the name. I get that.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? I don't. Fuck. They want butts in the seats. This person has pull. I get it. But there's also these projects, where they're like, well, we'll pay you this much, or whatever the fuck it may be. You know what I mean? But it helps you get a different perspective, and just look at the business, not so much like this thing is trying to. Because you can get like that, right? You can get like, everybody's out to get me, and nobody.
You can get real depressed too.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what happens a lot.
Dude, I've had that.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest. Yeah, I went through depression 3-4 years ago.
Damn.
Because I was gonna quit this industry. I was just I hated it.
Yeah.
I got to the point where I hated everything about this industry. I hated auditioning.
I think that's one of the first like lulls.
Yeah.
Like first, this is the first wall you got to break through.
Yeah, no, and you do. I think you have to go through it. I think that's what makes you stronger.
Yeah.
I came out of it so much stronger. And after that is when all these things started happening. That's when I made this.
Yeah.
So this was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Then I got all these other shows I started producing and directing. Yeah. But that happened after that depression because I just came out. When I came out, I was like, what am I letting this control me?
Yeah.
Why am I allowing these things to happen? When in reality, we have, if it's not working, find out what's not working and make it better.
Yeah.
That's,
and
that's really
done.
Yeah.
And it's just about adjusting. It's really us fighting the change that the universe is trying to help us make, right?
See, I believe in that too. Yeah, yeah.
We're hitting a wall, and like it's almost like the universe puts a wall. They're like, "No, you fucking idiot! This is not the way. This is not." And you keep bashing your head into it, and instead of just looking to your right, be like, "Oh, there's another way here," and you just remain yourself curious and being like, "Fuck it."
It's like water, bro. You just got to keep flowing.
Exactly.
You can't just stay that one route, man. If that's not opening,
that's where depression occurs.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah,
that's what happened to me.
That's what happened to me too. I mean, I've been there where you're just because you define yourself by the bookings you get.
Yes,
whatever.
And that's so true.
And you let people. Your confidence is based off of what
you booked.
Yeah,
what you worked.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest question that actors ask each other. What have you done lately?
What have you been working on?
I'm like. Nothing, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you have, I don't even like to. I'm like, what my IMDb is like.
You know what's funny? So now because of the Bushido, dude, I'm still the same fucking dude. I've always been a hard worker, but now people see me differently. Oh man, yeah, you're awesome. People that don't even know me are telling me I'm awesome. I'm like, what's awesome about me?
Yeah.
Like what?
Please
tell me.
I don't know I'm awesome.
Yeah. Tell me. What? My show? Like what? No, you don't know me.
And that's that person trying to break their way in, right?
Yeah, and it feels desperate. And I know after Bushido, while I was doing Bushido, I went to some networking events, and people were like, "Oh, this is Reko. He's working with Robert." And so they would introduce me, and immediately in their eyes, they're like, "Oh, he's important. Oh man, you're so cool." I was like, "Dude, just be yourself."
Yeah.
And that's. Now I saw in them what I used to be. Now
it's a turnoff.
Dude, it's a turnoff, man. No matter who you're meeting, just be
walking
yourself.
into an audition like that.
Yeah, because you're desperate. You're trying to win them over.
I should say opportunity. That's what they are. Not an audition.
No,
They're opportunities.
Yeah.
Walking into an opportunity, you feel that.
You do.
My teacher always says that 2/3 of our communication is nonverbal, right? You're hearing what I'm saying right now, but you're more feeling what I'm communicating. When you walk into these rooms, you might be saying all the right shit. You might be, look, but they're feeling,
because it's internal, man.
It's visceral.
It's that energy that you're giving off.
Yeah.
That's, dude, I love someone that I fucking study a lot, Conor McGregor, man. When Conor McGregor,
you kidding me?
Dude, he has that confidence that you're like, yeah, but it comes from a place of work.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
It's
not cockiness, because I hate cocky people who are just arrogant. He is someone that's like, dude, I worked my ass off over there at that gym.
And if you look at him from a distance, it might look like it's a cocky arrogance. But when you start to look into like what he does, I just watched this documentary like 2 days ago. I'm a giant.
The one on YouTube?
Yeah, no, on
Netflix.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one yet. I've seen the one on before he won these titles.
Yeah, so that was the one. This Netflix one, it has like, I mean, his is him while he's still on welfare.
Oh,
it
shit!
Has footage of him.
Because
like,
there's a YouTube one that has all his old footage. So he had some guys that were hanging out. This is before he blew up.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Okay, so but this one's professionally. This one has a Universal logo. This was a YouTube one. And so while I was shooting this movie in 2016,
everybody knew.
Was he a champion yet? No, he wasn't a champion.
2016? No, fuck no.
So I was shooting this movie in 2016.
Or maybe
he
might have been. He might have been on the road to be the 145 champ. He wasn't the champ.
He wasn't a fan yet. Yeah, he wasn't. So there's a scene in my movie where I have him at my background because I was trying to subliminally say something.
Yeah.
And this is the moment where my character in my film is starting to like get a little bit more confident. So I have my laptop up and I just made sure I got to the scene where he has his hands raised like that. Yeah. And that's what's in the background. So like I'm talking to the camera, like filming myself like a vlog, and it's right here
in the back.
So when you look at it, you're like, that's Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
What the fuck? But for me, it's because I respect that dude.
Dude. I there's people who are like, oh, I'm like, because in MMA, everybody's talking about how it's become so much of a soap opera show now, and I'm like, no. That's everyone trying to be what Conor McGregor is. Conor McGregor, he's just being himself.
He's just himself.
When he's at these press conferences and he's talking shit, this guy is a wizard, bro.
He is, man.
He's good at that shit.
His mind is so fast, bro. Dude. I'm jealous, bro. I want that.
And he's just roasting motherfuckers, and it just comes from like such a calm, like, I'm just like, man. And that's why when him and Nate Diaz fought, it was
those were some of the best.
Oh my god,
that
bro.
ESPN one where they're like, okay, they're counting down, and she's like, Nate can't count. Try to count. Come on. And I was like, dude,
bro.
Oh my god.
It's great to. I love watching greatness, right? I don't watch basketball, but when I see LeBron James, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, he's great.
I'm like, that motherfucker is like next level great. You know what I mean? And it's just, for me, it's, Conor McGregor is one of those. You know? And I'm like, I'm just a fan. I'm a fan of hard work. It's hard not to be. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's really what any industry would.
That's probably why we connect.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that you connect with, and every time I see you, I'm like, oh shit, Rick. Especially when I saw you and I didn't recognize you when you lost all that weight. I was like.
Yeah, that's been happening a lot because I kind of like stepped out of the scenes for a little bit. I didn't really go to anything.
Dude, you threw me off. You came up to me and what's up? I'm like, hey, you are no.
Yeah,
fuck. Bro. Whoa. I was, dude, and I couldn't stop talking about it because I was like, what?
Oh, it's just everybody. Everybody tells me that. They're like, what the fuck? I was like, bro, trust me. I'm looking in the mirror like, I didn't even know. No, know.
But you look great. You look great. But it was
But I didn't know this version of me was possible. Yeah. Is what I'm saying. Like, it's a completely different person.
And again, hard work. And see, I love that. I love that in people. I respect it. I like seeing it. I like studying it.
How you do anything is how you do everything. Right?
That's how I see it. Yeah.
And if that's the way I think about it. I'm like, if I just fucking murder this workout right now, like if I think about that, it translates in the rest of your, like, you don't even think about it. But everything, I take so much extra care when I do things.
Do you have a morning routine? Do you have a morning routine?
Yeah, 100%.
What's your morning routine?
So I wake up at 7:50. I take my B12. I take all my multivitamins. I go to the gym. I'm there by either 7:30 or 8:30. I'll work out for an hour. I'll fast until 12 p.m. I'll have a coffee, which is what I'm having now. And then I'll have my first meal after probably around 12 or 1. And that's pretty much it. When I get back from the gym, I'll steam my food while I'm getting ready and shit, and then I'll do like a hot ass shower, and then I'll finish it off with ice cold water. And
you do that?
Yeah,
cold.
Yeah, it's fucking great, bro. Once you get used to it, I'm used to it now.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So I never get sick anymore. I never have to deal with shit.
Shit, that's awesome.
And it's just, it's a simple little routine.
But dude, routines are important.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I've been like kind of learning is like having that morning routine starts you off right. And like for me, I wake up around anywhere from 7:30.
Yeah.
First thing I do is I stretch.
Yeah.
Then I go onto my computer and I do. Have you ever heard of the Artist Way?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So I've done the artist way, and now I'm addicted to those morning pages. So I write for at least 15 to 20 minutes.
Beautiful.
And listen, just a lot of times it's just my thoughts. I also have some prompts that I've written for myself because, you know, there's certain things that we take for granted, and one of them is just gratitude, man. We're fucking alive in this amazing planet, amazing
this
country.
existence.
I'm doing what I want to be doing, and I have food whenever I want food.
Bro.
I mean, like, you think about it. I traveled so much.
You hit the lottery, bro.
Yeah, we did. And we look at ourselves and we compare ourselves to people who have all this wealth. It's not about that, man. No. There's so much. It's a small thing. So
and that comes. And that comes.
But that's not all.
It's not.
That's not all.
It's not.
So for me, those morning
Scoot
pages.
forward a little bit, so you don't have to like running into this.
Where am I?
No, I'm just saying, scoot forward the chair
Okay.
a little bit.
Hold on.
Just so you're not. Yeah, just so you're not. There you go. Boom. Because you're hitting your back over there.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, that gratitude thing, man, it's been helping me a lot to stay centered and not. Because, man, I'll be honest with you. And we'll talk about, like, you know what? Shit, since we can talk about anything.
Yeah.
Mental health is a real big issue here in the States, dude.
Bro.
It's getting worse and worse. I'm seeing
it comes down to lifestyle, though, I think.
It's a lifestyle. It's, I have my own theories. I think food has a big...
That's not a theory. That's a fact.
I get it, man. Like, if I eat bad, if I drink or
Your
I start
mood
eating,
changes.
It changes. And within 2 days... And I know I'll have depression days where I don't
Yes.
want to do shit. And I'm like, why am I depressed? Usually in
What
my
did I
morning
eat?
pages, I'm like, wow, why am I... Is it because I don't have money right now? Is it I didn't book anything?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no. And then I realize, 2 days ago I had burger, cheesecake, and a beer. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
Because it'll go
Yeah.
away, and then I've kind of been tracking it. Food, big
Yeah.
impact. If I don't work out, another big impact.
Another one.
And then it's also my mindset. Am I looking on social media, compare myself to all my other friends?
How much time you're spending on there. I always
Yeah.
talk about that. I'm like, what do you even... But if you are on there, like, also, what the fuck are you following?
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you... That's all content that we take in, right? Everything is our responsibility. What we put into our mouths, what we put into our eyes, what we put into our ears, everything. And that's a big part of it. Social media it's a part of our business, so we do have to be we don't have to, but
it's a good it's a marketing tool.
it's a new world, bro. It's either you adapt or die, really.
Exactly.
You know, because you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Come on, it's like the Netflix model. You gotta, Blockbuster went away for a reason.
Yeah,
they didn't
exactly.
adapt to
Yeah.
it. You know, so yeah, you're right. We have to adapt to it. I had my qualms against social media. Now I'm like, you know what? I gotta do it. It's
can't
part of
fight it.
marketing. You can't fight it.
Yeah.
And
gonna
I
keep
get
getting
it.
bigger.
But it's also. The thing is, I saw things I didn't like, and I was like, I don't want to be doing that. But there's other things you can do. Look at Gary Vee. Look at all these other people that use social media in a way that's
The Rock.
The Rock. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
Make it fun. Like for me, I'm kind of creating my own brand. I'm like, what am I? I'm goofy. You know, I'm also motivating. I'm a hard worker. Show those elements, man. You'll create your own damn audience.
Well, because people will see their parallels in their life. Like, I'm kind of goofy. I'm hardworking. I'm this. And they'll fall in love with those aspects of you and just take this journey with you. You know what I mean? But, dude, you hit the nail right on the head, man. Food is because I feel like, bro, I was asleep for years. It's the weirdest fucking feeling. It almost feels like you're like out of a fucking, like, what the fuck?
Matrix.
Yeah, it's so, exactly, bro, it's so weird. And I'm like, what in the fuck was happening? Like, I don't really, dude, I was drinking so much too. And it's such a slippery slope because you don't realize, right? Like you said, right? You start going around, you do a project that somebody respects. All of a sudden, all these drinks are free. All of a sudden, you're invited to every red carpet. All of a sudden, you're quote unquote important. And you start buying into your own hype and you fall into this bullshit.
And that's what happens to young people. I think my success hasn't come at a young age, and thank God, because I would have addiction problems. Yeah. Because I have had it. I've had alcohol problems. I've had some other drug problems.
Same here. I have an addictive personality.
Me too.
You just got to pick your addictive qualms.
So
I got to do coffee,
I
weed.
do coffee.
Yeah. I do coffee, weed, a couple things, man. But working out, like, you just got to replace them. But I had a behavioral therapist on here, and he was like, every behavior serves a function, right? And you can't replace that behavior. I mean, you can't just get rid of that behavior. Yeah, you have to replace it with something that's a healthier thing. Because
I read that in Habits.
Yeah.
The book Habits. Yeah.
And I'm like, that makes total sense. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
And when I stopped drinking, I started smoking instead. I started smoking weed instead, and it changed everything for me. I'm like, cool. And
really?
that's what I need. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Weed, I just feel like not only weed, but just different plant medicines. I go deep in all this shit.
I know.
So like, you know, it's one of them things that for me, I just feel like plants have a different way of, like, because alcohol can be a thing too. Alcohol can be almost like I don't know. It has its own experience in the body that you can gain from, right? The problem is that it's over abused. Right,
so I overabuse it, but there is.
Of course.
I've actually
tobacco, same thing. You know,
Yeah,
it's just been manufactured now, and it's been changed a little bit. But if you think about native, ancient times, what they were drinking, what they were eating, we're all doing it for a purpose, wine or whatever, you know what I mean? And these things have a thing to teach you, which, you know, we're just addicted.
We're addicted, and we just do too much. I overindulge. I don't know moderation. Man, I'm from Texas, man. I don't know moderation. I went to UT.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Dude, it was just like, go in or go out. It's like, oh, I'm going to drink. So I would drink to like binge drink. But I do feel that sometimes I'm not against alcohol. I just got to limit it in my life because it does slow me down. Yeah. But there are moments where I'm like stressed out and alcohol has helped me just relax. Even with this movie, man. I've had moments where I'm just hitting block after block mentally. Yeah. I'm stressed out. Nothing works. Nothing makes sense to me. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get a drink and I'll drink something. And all of a sudden I'm just like, yeah. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. I think I got an idea. It's a small little thing, but it's just because I stopped being so like, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta get this.
That's the big thing. So this is the crazy thing so this company Maps, they're doing studies on psilocybin, which mushrooms, and MDMA and all that stuff. And just I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about the EKG scans. EKG, I think is what it is.
EKG is the heart, no?
I don't know. It's brain.
Yeah, brain scan. Okay.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Producer?
They'll be here soon. Yeah. Somebody will check it. They did scans on the brain when people were on psilocybin, on mushrooms. And what they expected to see was fucking fireworks, right? All the different parts of the brain firing off. But instead, what they saw is specific areas of the brain with reduced brain activity. So we have there's like a hub in the center of our brain that if our ego were to live in a place, it'd live in this place because that part of the brain is responsible for associating how you feel about people, how people feel about you. So it's essentially ego. Like it's kind of like your emotional, what's it called? I don't even know how to explain it. Like almost like it's the way you read people and the way you perceive things. Like how the cerebral you, when you're thinking like, well, it must have been this, it must have been that. It's in that part of the brain. Well, that part of the brain, that hub has significant reduced brain activity. So your so the rest of the mind can now feed you these ideas, and that is kind of out of the way. It's almost like it removes your ego out of the way. Yeah. So it kind of like, and that's what it feels like. I don't know if you've ever messed with mushrooms.
No, I never messed with it.
It's the disintegration of your ego. So when your ego comes down and you don't have these ideals of what you think you should look like or people should look at you as or whatever the fuck, you're able to just get these ideas without a filter, a real.
That makes sense.
It just comes in.
Ego does stop you, man.
Everything. It stops everything. Cripples you.
Because you want to be right. You want people to judge you in a perfect way. Yeah. Like, oh, they think I'm cool. Yeah. Man, with my film, that's why I'm talking to everybody about it. I'm pitching it. Because I'm taking my ego out instead of going, oh, I'm only going to talk to executives. Yeah. I'm only going to talk to people who can get me somewhere. I'm like, that's ego being fucking conceited, arrogant, stupid. So I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're going to talk about it to everyone. Because you have no idea who's going to tell you something. I had a friend in my acting class, scene study, and for some reason he was asking me what I was doing and some other stuff, and I was telling him about this film, and then because
that's what actors do.
Yeah, so I was like, started just pitching the movie, and just because it also helps me just talk about it.
Of course, now you're getting the pitching game. It's basically you're practicing, bro.
I'm practicing every day.
You're like, you want to buy it?
Yeah,
you want to buy it?
I don't even know what I'm selling. At the point, I don't even know what I'm selling. I'm just pitching, and I'm like, so what do you want? Oh, shit, that's a great question.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that one yet.
I haven't thought about that. Yeah. But so he was like, hey, I like this idea with the vlog that you're about to do because I want to start filming my process of trying to get the movie out there to festivals and sold. And he's like, just don't give too much. And I'm like, you could take my 2 cents, but don't give your story, the story of the film. Give your personal story and your journey. I was like,
I agree.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Honestly, that's what I was going to do.
But
I like hearing it.
You got two. You can make like a little mini doc, bro, for filmmakers.
That's what this is. It's basically a YouTube thing or a series. I don't know where I'm putting it. Probably YouTube and Facebook, Instagram. I really doesn't matter.
Half the battle's having the damn content. You know what I mean?
So I just want to put it out there. And more to create that conversation, and maybe who knows, I might be able to like reach out to people that I've been wanting to talk to. Like Mark Duplass is someone that I want to reach out to. Soderbergh, Gary V,
for sure.
Man, there's all these people that I'm like trying to like talk to, and I'm like, let me put my content out there for free. I'm not trying to charge people for this, and then maybe create a conversation around the entrepreneurship of being a filmmaker because that's what it is. I'm a businessman right now,
and that's really what it comes down to too, right? Whether you be on any side, in front of the camera, behind the camera, the things you got to realize is that at the end of the day, it's a business.
It's a business,
and then people are trying to make money. It's an art, too. Yeah, it's an art.
But you have to be separate. Yeah, like I have my artist side, and I'm able now to do that with my mind. That was the hardest thing. I think that's one of the things that I'm like so appreciative of, just the grind. Yeah, because when I started acting, it was hard for me to understand like the craft. Because I was always thinking business. I was like, well, why would this work? Why would you want to see this? Stupid questions.
Same.
Now I'm like, art, business. Yeah. Now there's a middle side where I'm like, like right now straddling where I'm like, okay, I know this is the creative part, but the way I'm going to sell this film is not the create. I'm selling it because of the story I'm about to create. I'm going to do the Kardashian way. Yeah. Marketing the shit out of this fucking thing, dude.
Hey, man, the Kardashian way worked so
well.
As
much as I hate them, I respect them.
Bro, genius. Like, that lady is...
marketing genius.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Honestly, like, it might be causing probably some kind of weird mental illness throughout
for a lot of girls.
Yeah.
I believe it is.
But yeah, it's weird, bro, because you look around and everybody looks the same, right? All these girls, the makeup is done all the same way. Bro, the lips, the contouring makeup, the eyebrows. I'm like, all you bitches look the same to me. And it's kind of scary because they're all trying, again, it's like the actor trying to fit the mold of what that you think that you want to see. Oh, this is what you think pretty is? Let me try to mold myself. It's like, no, if you just... To me, one of the sexiest things when I see a woman is a woman who, like, owns herself. Like, just stands in whatever the fuck she is. And it's just like, what's up? That confidence, that not worried about... You can feel insecurity, I feel like.
You can.
You know what I mean? And when somebody's not, you're just like, damn, that's sexy to me. Where I'm like, damn, like, this girl does not give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Confidence is very sexy.
Yeah.
I gotta say, confidence and smarts. Yeah, you can see that. You can feel it.
And that can translate into your performances. It can translate into everything, man. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. So producing, you directed this, and then there's Bushido, which we'll watch the trailer for in a bit. Let's talk about that because that's kind of crazy. Okay. You got to travel for that for a bit, right?
Yeah. So how long that show
so
was?
break down Bushido Battleground, what it's about.
So Bushido Battleground is a docu-series on combat sports. So we follow the lives of guys in MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Beautiful.
Muay Thai, combat Sambo.
I've had some of those guys. I've had UFC guys on here.
You had?
I've had Jiu-Jitsu guys on
that was my
here.
life for about a year.
Really? Jiu-Jitsu?
All of that. Just because of the show.
Of course.
I was in gyms constantly. Man, I was in Henso's Gracie's in New York.
Oh, beautiful.
While
it's one of the legends, bro.
Dude, it is.
Legends.
It is.
Yeah.
I interviewed John. So for me, I got to meet some champions. I got to meet people coming up.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that we wanted to do with this show was to not just talk about fighting, because that's not what this is about.
It's a story.
It's a story. And for us, it was important to show that journey and that dedication. And we wanted the show to be something that can translate beyond just people who love fights like you and I.
Yeah.
To people who are like entrepreneurs,
These
artists.
are all fighters. See, look, there's Rosa Mayunas. It's fucking
She's
Triple
dope,
G.
bro.
Oh, she's amazing.
Triple G. Yeah.
Canelo.
So we wanted people to watch this and go, damn, I relate to that guy, because it's all about putting hard work into something, following a dream, following dedication, and training every day, even when you don't want to.
Work hard, man.
Dude, they work so hard. They've been an inspiration for me.
Yeah.
Dude, those guys are an inspiration. I keep in touch with some of those guys too, man. It's so cool. But that life, some people don't get it. It is hard, but they don't see it as I'm getting beat up, I'm beating someone up. They're training hard and they're pushing their bodies to the limit. It really is a fight within themselves to push themselves to the top level that they see and be able to compete it against someone who else is doing the same thing. They're both putting their bodies in the best shape.
They're like,
possible.
yo, we're gonna, and it's really like when you look at people in fight camps, it's really like they're programming the fighters, right? So it's kind of weird. Like they'll be like, okay, we'll see the tendencies in this fighter. Okay,
yeah.
For example, like I'll take a big one: John Jones and Daniel Cormier, right? The two light heavyweights that are like champs of big rivalry in the UFC. Daniel Cormier has a tendency to dip to his right, yeah. So when you're in camp, and if you look at the fight, if you go look at the fight, they're programming each other, right? And when these fighters are in camp, like for example, say Daniel Cormier has a tendency to dip, so they're gonna program John Jones to throw that kick without thinking, right? So they're gonna drill that. They're gonna drill it over and over and build that neural pathway, right? So it's just boom, it just happens. They don't think about it. And that's what he was doing. And then at the same time, you're programming the other fighter, because what he was doing is just kicking Cormier to the body, kicking him to the body.
So he's getting used to that.
Yeah, he's getting used to that, and he makes you think that. And then when he goes again to the body and he goes to cover up because it's starting to hurt, he goes to the head and he knocks him out. And I'm just like, damn, like it's really mental chess, right? Or physical it's mental chess.
Yeah, it's physical mental chess. Dude, it is so much study.
Yeah.
These guys, and
they're smart.
And really, you know what? The other thing is the repetition. And this is what I took out of these guys, because I saw them train and I've seen a lot of their fights. So I've been following a lot of the fighters, my careers now. You're like the guys from our show. I'm like, dude,
you build relationships with people.
I build relationships. Dude, it was hard for me to watch some of these fights live because I built relationships with
both
both guys that were fighting. And I'm like, I couldn't even root for either one. I was like, oh no, don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Compared to other fights, I'm like, yeah, kick his ass.
Yeah,
This one,
yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. I hope
You're
he's okay.
emotionally attached.
Yeah, dude. I was so emotionally attached. It was way too much.
So where'd you guys go? You guys went all over?
So let's talk. Yeah, so we went to Mexico, Tijuana. We shot in a bull ring. We shot in San Diego. We shot on top of the USS Midway. Which
Damn,
is
that
yeah,
boat.
the boat, yeah, out there. We shot in Montreal. We shot in Seattle. We shot in New York. We shot in Thailand.
Damn. Thailand was Muay Thai fights.
Muay Thai fights.
That's
we
crazy.
were in Bahrain because we were working with I was working with the Prince. Like some of our team was also working with the Prince on live MMA shows. So we were actually filming their fights.
A prince? What do you mean?
The Prince of Bahrain of that country.
No shit.
Yeah. So I worked for him for like 6 months.
That's royalty, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's big money.
That's
royalty,
crazy, bro.
That's royalty. A lot of security guards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude. Okay, let me tell a quick story. So the first time, I had been working for him, let's say like a month, and I've already met him, but briefly. It wasn't like, hey, how's it going? My name is Reko.
Hey,
blah, blah.
I'm the Prince.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Reko.
It was just like, hi.
Yeah.
And then we were in Mumbai, India. We were filming there. And he was there with his team, and we were at the Ritz-Carlton. And we were upstairs on the rooftop part.
Beautiful hotel.
Dude, beautiful hotel.
Yeah.
We weren't staying there, but he was. And
The Prince was.
I was like, man, this is my moment. I can go say hi to him and introduce myself because I've been doing this stuff for him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. And I'm telling one of the producers, I'm like, let's just go say hi. He's at the bar. Let's just go talk to him. So we started making our way over there. I'm getting nervous, man. I don't know why.
He's a prince, bro.
But that's all bullshit to me, man.
Yeah.
But I'm getting nervous.
But I get it.
I get it. Yeah, you know.
That's your cerebral brain being like, this is just a person, but then you're like, wait,
but he's a prince.
He's a prince, bro.
And so I get there. I'm like, hey, Prince. I forget his name right now.
Prince, whatever the fuck.
I just want to say, man, it's been a pleasure. I shake his hand, and all of a sudden I see all these guys get up from all these tables around me, and I'm like, oh shit. And they all just start coming. They're wearing polos. They're dressed normal.
Yeah.
And they're all like coming with serious faces. I'm like, okay, it's time for me to go. They were all his security, his undercover security.
Oh shit.
They saw this dude come up to him, and they're like, wait, who the hell is this dude?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I work for you guys.
Yeah. Did you have to fucking leave at then?
No, I felt so uncomfortable because now they were all like staring at me that me and the producer were like, dude, I don't feel good here. I don't feel comfortable. So we ended up, so it's like this whole area here. Then there's another bar on the other side of the hotel on the roof. So we're just like, I think we should go there.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
That's how I felt. I felt they were not happy that I walked up to him, shook his hand. It just made me feel really uncomfortable. So I stopped talking. And after that, I never talked to him. I was just like,
that's probably how he wants to be, man.
I don't know.
Because I mean, I don't know. Maybe not with you, but I'm just saying. I think he treats it probably like on a general level to everybody.
He doesn't want people to talk. But here's the.
People are gonna kiss his
this.
ass.
The last event that I did with him, Frankie Edgar was our commentator.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude, I got pictures with Frankie. Yeah,
Frankie's amazing, bro.
He's amazing. He was gonna fight. He was gonna have a fight, but he was injured. I forgot, but yeah, so he was there. He was a commentator, so I was directing the whole show. I was directing Frankie.
I think he was gonna fight Cub Swanson again. Oh, no, he did fight Cub Swanson again.
This was last year.
He got injured.
He was fighting for something. He had busted his eye, so he has a red eye in our segment.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that? Yeah. He was supposed to fight someone. I can't remember who it is. It'll probably come to me. He had to drop out. Yeah. So he was in Bahrain. He was our commentator.
He's really good on the mic too.
He's really good. He's a really nice guy, dude. He gave me some major
small
props.
Dude.
Tiny.
But he'll fucking kill you.
He will kill me,
bro.
Kill me.
He fights at what did he fight? 145?
No, it has to be lighter than that.
Let me see.
No, he does because Conor was fighting that. Yeah.
145.
145. Yeah. But he's a tiny dude.
Yeah.
But dude, that dude is like awesome. He can kick some ass.
Oh, bro, he'll put you to sleep.
And no, he was really friendly, man.
Yeah.
He gave me some big props because of the way I was directing it. Because I guess I wasn't at the last show, and he was like, "Dude, it was like weird." So thank God you're here, man. You put it together. That day, like I said, I didn't talk to Prince anymore. This is months later. I'm not talking to Prince. I just nod my head, and that's it. I do my job, and I walk away. He came around the ring. The fight was over, the main fight, and he comes around, and I'm just standing there, like with my headset, just waiting for him to pass with his entourage. He stops and comes over. I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? He gives me a big hug, and he whispers in my ear. He's like, "Thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you." I'm like,
"Thank you, Prince."
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what to, stop. He walks away, and I'm like, I'm blushing. I'm like, did anyone see that?
Anyone get that on their iPhone?
Please, someone.
The Prince hugged me,
and he told me that I did a good job. Dude, I felt like I was on a cloud 9. I was like, whoa, that's awesome.
Shit.
He noticed me.
Fuck yeah.
That's, again, something so dumb, but it was like funny.
But still, who gives a fuck? Take the good out of that, you know?
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny that I was like, wow, from someone who I couldn't even talk to now, he came over and gave me a hug.
Recognized your work.
He recognized
ethic.
the work, and I was like, that's dope.
Yeah. And how did that whole thing come to fruition? Because it was on El Rey's network, right? Robert Rodriguez's network.
It was on El Rey. We had been doing, so I was working with the executive producer. His name is George Chung. He's like a mentor of mine. So we've been working together for like 7 years, on and off. And he's been big in the world of fights. So we started producing fights up in Seattle. We would go to Seattle and produce fights. It wasn't televised. We tried to do a television show before, and Showtime got involved, and we shot one with them.
They're doing one. They're doing like they've been. People are looking for them.
We've been trying. We just didn't have the right format. Again, kind of like this story.
It's the format.
It's the format. So we were trying to tell the story of the fighters, and we did this kind of the same thing we just did with Bushido. So it was like our test for Bushido.
Yeah.
That was like 3 years ago. And then we just been doing these fights. He got the deal with the king or the prince out in Bahrain, so we started doing those.
Oh,
and
so the prince put the whole thing together.
No. He did. We were doing something separate for him. So we were already in touch with him. We had the whole Brave MMA. Then El Rey and the executive producer met because they wanted distribution for something, and he pitched them the idea, and they're like, "Wait, what? Yeah, that sounds good.
Shit? Yeah.
Do you have contacts with these fight leagues?" And we're like, "Contacts?
I know the prince of Bahrain.
We're working with them right now.
Yeah.
We're actually leaving to go do some shows." So they were like,
"Cool.
Oh, whoa, you already okay, cool. This is gonna be easy.
Yeah.
We don't have to go bake deals, none of that. No, we already got it all
the
taken
fucking
care of.
work is already there, the foundation."
So they were like, okay, cool. And then I wasn't a tested director. So for them, I was gonna just be a producer.
It's a risk.
It was, dude, a huge risk. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
And so I knew that wasn't going to work out. And I had already pitched myself as a director because I helped direct 3 episodes of another show called Call to Cosplay. And it did really well. So I was like, dude,
cosplay, that's fucking fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, it's a huge world.
And I was like, dude, I think I can do this. Let me give me a shot. And this is the thing. There's a catch-22 in this world. Everyone wants someone that has some experience, but how are you going to get experience if you haven't done it yet? So it's like, what? Yeah. So you have to have someone that'll give you a break. And George actually was like, dude, if you can direct it, go for it. El Rey was like, we don't know, we have a certain aesthetic. And I was like, okay, well, what's your aesthetic? And they were telling me. So what I did, unbeknownst to them, fuck it, I can say it now.
Yeah.
But so I told them, let's do a test shoot with me. Yeah. All right, let's do it. They're like, okay, we'll do a test shoot. You set it up, and then we'll come and see how you do. So I set up the test shoot for Thursday. Let's say Thursday of that.
What were you guys going to shoot? A fight?
I was going to shoot a fighter. So I used one of my friends who's a Muay Thai fighter, and I was like, hey man, can I interview you? I'm going to do this thing. It's for the show. I just want to interview you and then get you like training. That's it. He's like, cool. And then I'm like, but can I do it twice? He's like, well, I'm like, well, Thursday the network's coming. Tuesday I want to practice with my crew. So I didn't tell them I was doing this myself. So I went that way. I can take out any bugs that might happen or whatever that I even feel didn't work. So we shot on Tuesday.
Feel it out.
Yeah, feel it out. One of the camera guys had the footage, and he's like, "Do you mind if I edit this?" I'm like, "Go for it." So that Tuesday night and Wednesday, he edited a little trailer about 2 minutes long. They come in on Thursday, they're all ready, and I see the trailer. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! Oh my god, this kid killed it!"
Like, check it out. I just
so no. Then I told him, I was like, "Look, we kind of tested some stuff already. This is what we came up with." And so now all the executives are there at the gym, and they watch it, and they're like, This is it. This is it. This is it.
This is our aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like,
one of the executives. No, she literally was like, "That's it. That's it. I love it." Okay, then my job is done. She left.
No shit.
She left. She was gone.
Oh, that's got to be a good feeling.
And so yeah, it was a great feeling. So they have a guy named Skip.
That's trust. That's what you just got.
She was just like, "That's it. I love it."
If somebody, I love that feeling when somebody's like, "Cool, nothing else for me to do. I'm out." Like the message I take is like, I'm 100% confident you're gonna be able to do this, and I'm like, cool.
And they did. So they left. Only one of the guys stayed. His name is Skip. He's a creative officer there at the network. He wanted me to do some different shots, just play around, and he kept on he would send screenshots to Robert Rodriguez in Austin.
Try to get something like this.
Yeah. Do you like this, or do you want it lower? Do you want that? Do you want this kind of like lighting when we do the interview? Do this?
It changes everything.
It did, and so he actually became somewhat of a mentor to me throughout the series because he would kind of come and hang out. And what I loved about him is that he didn't just come in and go, "Okay, we got to do this, we got to do that." He would be like, "Rico, can you ask him?" He would whisper stuff to me.
That's an intelligent person
to work with me to keep my authority on set instead of like demeaning me or making me feel like I'm less than to the fighters and to my crew. He was so respectful. Taught me some stuff, and he was doing his job, but in a way I was like learning like crazy.
Yeah,
because he works with like Robert Rodriguez. He works with all these big Ridley Scott.
Yeah,
he's the one that edited a lot of the trailers for what's that movie with Denzel last?
The Equalizer?
Man on Fire.
Remember
Man on Fire?
Yeah, of course.
He worked on that film, and he edited all the
that's
trailers.
a whole thing in itself, bro. Cutting trailers, that's a whole fucking skill in itself, man.
Yeah. So, but he knows that world.
Yeah.
He knows storytelling.
But that's an intelligent person too, man. Because I've worked on a lot of sets where people. I've seen both, right? I've seen both where somebody does the opposite, And then it makes that director feel insecure because they're yelling and now they're in control. And then the whole crew's confused too because they're like, well, who the fuck's in charge? Is it this guy?
I've seen that.
You know, or is it this director or what the fuck? And then the director feels like an idiot.
I've been in those positions.
Yeah, that's fucking...
And you know what? When you start feeling... Man, I got another story about that. So I did have a breakdown during Bushido.
Oh.
I had a breakdown in Thailand. Dude, it was...
What happened?
It was rough. One, we were working a lot, man. We were working 14, 16. Sometimes for some of us, it was
everybody
like,
wants
like
to make this shit, but
yeah,
that's how it
that's
is.
What everybody's like, oh my God, you're living the life. And this is something that I'm like, I've been telling
Yes
people
and
just
no.
on one-on-one. They're like, you're living the life. Look, you're in Thailand, you're on this. I'm like, I work 20 hours a week. I mean, 20 hours a day. A day. I'm barely sleeping. You can see the bags in my eyes. I'm stressed out. I'm not eating well. I'm not working out. I'm not doing my routines that keep me happy. So
fuck working out. You can't even sleep, bro.
I can't sleep. I'm stressed out. And then in Thailand, we just flew in. We had to shoot the next day.
It's a long flight.
It was a long flight. And then things were happening because of miscommunication, because of English and Thai, that they didn't understand that we were coming to their gym. And all this stuff started happening. I'm like flipping out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, we have to shoot. We literally had, like, every day was planned to the minute. And now you're telling me we can't shoot in this gym? I can't. We're not staying longer. Everything is set.
Yeah, because then you got to go somewhere else, I'm sure.
We had to go somewhere else. We had fights that we had to go
Yeah.
record, and the fights, they're not changing
They're on
dates.
dates, yeah.
So everything was scheduled, and I just started flipping out, and I know the producer started flipping out. We were just like, ah. And then I kind of screamed at the crew for stupid reasons. It wasn't their fault. And I just started, it was just me just like under control.
Yeah.
I lost control.
Yeah.
The next day at breakfast, I had to apologize to my crew. I was like, guys, because one of them came up to me, I DP, and said, hey, man, there's no reason you got to talk to us like that. If you want something, we'll do it.
Yeah.
But don't, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right, man. I'm sorry. I had to apologize. I had to be the bigger man because I was
that's
wrong.
dope, but you did that.
I was wrong completely. I took all blame for it because it was me. And what I realize is when you have someone at the top, they have to be able, and this is like, you want to be a leader, you want to be the guy running the show, you got to be able to control your emotions. You got to be able to motivate. You got to be able to, like, if you have pain, not talk about it. That's something that I learned
because
on
you're
show.
carrying the morale of the entire crew.
I didn't know how much you carry.
Yeah.
Like, I've been leader of a group of 5, 6, but this was a leader of a group 20, 30, 40. I had so many people
in a different country, traveling all over the world.
Yeah, and so many people looking at you.
Yeah.
To see if it's cool, everything okay.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, that's so true, man. Everything is from top bottom.
Yeah.
So if the top is all messed up, everything's gonna be chaotic.
Yep.
No one's knowing what to do. And one of our hosts, Tony Parrish, he's a football player, NFL great, man. He has a Super Bowl ring with the 49ers. He played for the Chicago Bears.
Big
Look him up.
motherfucker, then I bet.
Oh, huge, man. He was one of the hosts of the show. That next day during breakfast, because I was snapping, but I didn't snap at him, but he saw.
Yeah.
He came up to me and grabbed me. And he's like, hey, man, can I talk to you? I was like, yeah, what's up? What's up? He's like, you're like a coach. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, everyone looks up to you because you're running the show. You're the director. You're the coach. And I'm just going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you like a football player. Like, this is my life. I used to play football. My world is this. If the coach is all messed up and all frazzled, all the players are frazzled. We need to look up to you and know that you have your head straight. No matter what's happening, we feel safe and we will follow you into anything if you have that confidence in you. Yesterday, you didn't have it. And I was like, yeah, man. I started crying. I was like, I didn't have it. And he was like, it's okay. It's okay. Give me a big hug. He's like, just make sure you keep it internal, man. Don't show those frustrations. Walk away. Walk away. Take a breath. You got this, man. You got this, Reko. You got this.
Damn, this guy's inspiring me, bro.
No, he totally inspired me, man. I love this guy, dude. Like, I haven't kept in touch with him as much, but I texted him recently. But I was like, that moment fucking changed me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it changed. And I cried in front of him, and he just gave me a hug because I was like, and it wasn't crying like I'm embarrassed. It was just like I'm getting emotional right now just thinking about it.
It's a visceral experience.
It was it's a feeling that I'm like,
you realize accepting too is you. It's
and that it's human.
Else.
And what I loved is he took time away from his own life to just come. Let me talk to you.
Yeah. That's beautiful, brother. That's beautiful. I mean,
that shows heart. Like, because easily he could have been like, damn, Reko's an asshole.
For real.
But that's what we all do. I've done that. I'm like, this guy's a jerk. Man. Yeah. Fuck this.
We don't know what the fuck they're going through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
we don't know what they're going through. And for him to take me aside, I think that is, dude, to this moment, that was what, 2 years, last year or whatever. I was like, man, I can feel it. I can see myself. I know what was happening. I had my food in my hand. He said, let's go talk. And I was like, okay. And we stepped aside, and he took me aside and talked to me like that, like a man. And dude, it fucking moved me. I had another host that was also like that, man. Nate Quarry. You know fighters.
I know Nate Quarry.
Nate Quarry.
Nate the Great Quarry.
Yeah, dude, he's one of our commentators. Another great guy, man. These two athletes, I would sit with them on the plane and talk to them. They have so much to give. And sometimes we look at athletes and go, oh, they're just like brawn. These two,
some of these guys are the most intelligent people that
they're
you'll ever
both
meet.
extremely smart. They both read a lot.
Yeah.
Tony's a big movie guy, and so I was actually pitching my movie to him, and he's like, "Okay, so what's it like?" And I'm like, most people will get 500 Days of Summer. That's a famous movie, but a lot of people know Before Sunrise. Have you heard of that Richard Linklater movie? So it's an older 90s movie. It's a romantic indie movie. It's very cerebral. It's a lot of talking. It's very deep. It's a beautiful film. So I was like, yeah, that movie.
The guy who did Boyhood, right?
Him.
Yeah.
Well, same actor.
Richard Linklater. Oh,
really? Yeah, Richard Linklater. He also had Ethan Hawke in that film.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I said that, he was like, "Oh, that's an Ethan Hawke movie."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting movie. It's a 3-part series. I was like, "Oh my god, this guy does know it."
Yeah,
Tony, you are the man. Like,
and it's beautiful to see that shit. You're like, oh, look at that. Like, just when they break your stereotypes
we
that you
have so many stereotypes that we built in.
Yeah, you put people in boxes.
We put them in boxes.
And then when
I
they
put
break
athletes
out,
in boxes, and now I hang out with Nate and Tony, and I'm like, they just shattered that box.
Yeah.
They're fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Some of these, I mean, I know a lot of fighters, but it's like some of these guys are the smartest guys, and you're just like, damn, like you never realize, just because the society says whoever's physically imposing that hasn't developed their mental aspects or
Don't
whatever.
judge a book by its cover, man.
You can't.
I mean, we're gonna do it regardless, but just learn how to like stop.
Let me grab my phone. Where's my phone at? Somewhere around here. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Boom. Yeah, because right now we're going to go into some hot seat questions.
Okay, cool.
All right, bro. You're in the motherfucking hot seat, bro. All right.
Nice.
I want you to give me your top comedy movie of all time. Go.
Top kind of movie, I would say Waterboy.
Top drama movie all time. Go.
Drama movie, Rocky.
Top show. Go.
Damn. Fuck, I love Narcos right now. Fuck, Narcos.
Boom.
Yeah.
Work. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Most embarrassing work moment.
Embarrassing work moment?
Yeah.
Shit. Probably snapping at the crew, man.
Yeah.
In front of the fighters, in front of everybody.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, dude.
Oh,
now I
yeah.
look back, I'm like, God damn, man.
But I'm sure everybody's like had that moment too.
Yeah,
so you gotta think about that shit. All right, I'm gonna fire off a couple. I'm gonna say the word. You say the first thing that pops into your head.
Oh shit.
All right. Just I'm gonna give you a few. All right. Sports.
Awesome.
Women.
Lovely.
Pets.
Love them.
Costume.
Characters.
Money.
I have some.
Power.
I want it.
Art.
It's life.
Boom. That's good, brother. I love it. That's some good answers, man. You're like, lovely. I love them. Bro, I want to check out this Bushido Battleground, Charlie. We usually go in a current events right now, but I'm like, I just want to fucking get the director's commentary as we watch this trailer. This is the one, right?
This is a trailer, yeah. One of our trailers.
Boom,
This
I
is, I think,
love
the
this
first
shit.
trailer.
Just because I'm so like I saw the trailer, I was like, dude, this shit is tight, man.
The show was actually really cool, man. I thought we shot it really well, and it was fun. We had some moments where I'm like, that could have been better.
It happens with everything,
Yeah.
bro. Nobody else could tell except for you. And we're off.
I'm here because I have a dream. Because a person without a dream is nothing.
And these athletes speak really well too.
They do. So that's Tony. That's Tony and that's Nate. Yeah. That's City Chai, champion in glory.
That's
So
the
you
boat you saw.
That's the boat. Yeah. That's Mexico.
Bro, this shit
Skip,
is-
the guy that I was telling you about that cut trailers, he cut that, dude. So look how badass that looks. That's
Oh,
dope.
that's tight, bro.
That's
You throw
dope.
that leg kick.
Yeah. And then this. He's a pro boxer that went into MMA because his brother is an MMA fighter that fights for the Brave League.
Dude.
And then City Chai, you know who that is?
Who?
City Chai.
Uh-uh.
So he's a fighter. He's a kickboxer in Glory.
Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah,
a champion. I think at
kickboxer.
145 or 155. He's in that.
Glory's huge.
So he's a champ, man.
Damn.
He's been the champ for a bit.
Yeah.
And we accidentally stumbled across his gym. Like, remember I was telling you that we were losing gyms?
Yeah.
We lost his gym because they gave us. So we asked for a Muay Thai gym to have this guy training.
Mm-hmm.
We show up and it's a 24-hour fitness. There's no one bag. It's all weights.
Yeah.
There's all these people working now. We're like, we can't shoot here. What is this? So that's
We're
why-
like in their cardio machines.
no, exactly. That's what it was. And we're coming out with all these cameras and gears and lights,
There's
and
a
everyone.
fighter dressed up, strapped up,
And
fucking rap.
everyone is watching us like, what are you doing? Whoa,
Yeah.
why are you here? And then that's where we have miscommunication.
You're like,
So
this isn't gonna work out.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
So we had to leave, and one of the guys that was there actually spoke English, who was working out, English guy, and he came up to me and he's like, "What's the problem?" And so he spoke Thai and English.
Oh, beautiful.
And when I told him what's happening, he's like, "Look, you can't probably film here, but there's a gym like down the street. There's a big billboard sign. Turn left, and it's into this neighborhood, and you'll see this big house kind of thing. That's a gym. Go ask them. That's a Muay Thai gym.
What was it called? Do you remember?
Sitipong. Man, I forget the name.
Crazy.
Yeah. So we go there, and we ask if we can shoot there, and they spoke English and Thai. And they're like, "Yeah, you can shoot here." That happened to be this amazing, one of the biggest gyms in Thailand. It is
hidden gem.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest gyms in Thailand for Muay Thai. People come from around the world to train there.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because there's that one, and AKA is another one out there.
Yeah. So this is, oh man, I'll have to give this to you later, but we meet the guy that owns the gym, who's also the manager of all these fighters, and he's like, "Do you want to interview my fighters?" We're like, "No, we came here for our specific guys, but who's your fighter?" And he's like, "Oh, his name is City Chai. He's a champ of Glory." I'm like, "Shit, I love Glory."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, if you want to, just let me know. You can interview him." And I was like, "Yeah, we're here with limited time. We can't do that."
Yeah.
He's like, "You can film here from now." It was like 9 in the morning till noon, and then again from 2 to like 6, because from 12 to 2, all my Thai fighters are training.
Yeah.
And so we were there at noon. These Thai guys started coming down, and we're like, "Okay, let's cut. We'll just wrap up right now. We can have lunch.
Sit back and watch."
And so they start training, and City Chai starts getting in the ring, and he's training it, and you hear those kicks, bah, bah,
Oh
bah.
my God, bro.
Dude, it made like the rafters shake.
People don't realize a Thai kick, what that like, bro. Because they
I don't
grow
know how
up,
people
they grow up doing that shit.
They grow up doing it, dude. This kick is so powerful that I was like, camera, turn on the cameras. There's a shot in our trailer that is him, the black shorts with the orange venom thing. That's City Chai. We immediately got our cameras up. I was like, cameras, screw lunch right now. Let's eat lunch later. Get this. So we started filming him and the rest of the guys. I'm like, whoa.
It sounds like a fucking baseball bat hitting a fucking bag.
It does. That's what it is. It's a baseball bat hitting a bag. It was
imagine
so
getting hit in the head with that.
Powerful. I don't know how they don't die. Like, if he kicked me, I think
That's
I'll
a
be dead.
legit question. Like,
How do you not die? Like, no, but I'm serious. I'm like, after seeing that kick on a bag, I'm like, how does he kick someone in the ribs and they just don't collapse and die?
Bro, and you see it some fights, but these guys will kick the fuck out of each other for rounds. And they don't really feel it because of the adrenaline or whatever. But after,
their body must. I don't know how they do.
Some of these guys go into shakes. That's the worst part. After the fight, all these guys, even if you won or whatever, like, these guys are fucked.
Well, that's what we did with our show. We made sure that our show was going to follow the journey of the two fighters that were going to fight. So you get Camp A and Camp B, the training. Then you get to the fight, and you get the pre-fight. Then you get the fight. What most people do, that's it. You've seen the fight, that's it. 24/7. It's you get to the fight, you watch the fight, and it's done. It's a commentary. We now follow the fighters after the fight.
Fuck yeah. One's a high, one's a low.
Yeah, and we've had fighters that won that were throwing up that were just like shit. Like you're saying, they had the shakes. They were just like, I don't feel good.
Concussion.
We had a fighter who won the fight, and we were getting concerned because they're filming him, and he couldn't even talk to us. He's like, I don't feel good. And he's talking to his coach, and we have mics on their coaches so we can hear what's happening, but the cameras are far away. And he's like,
people always forget about that shit on set.
Yeah, they do.
You'll hear some shit.
But that's what we wanted. Yeah, because it was real.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, coach, I don't feel good. My head really hurts. I can't see straight. I'm not. He won the fight.
He's concussed as fuck.
Yeah, he was like, I can't see straight. And then he's kind of like, they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
And then also, it just starts throwing up. And they're like, okay, and they're holding him, they're watching him, make sure everything's okay. We had the same thing with people cutting weight. We had one guy pass out on the toilet.
The worst, bro. People have died from cutting weight.
Dude, we saw a guy, like, we were filming it. That's where it felt a little weird that we were filming everything, because I was like, dude.
It's also, you got to shed a light on what these athletes really go through.
And also, we are a fly on the wall. We're not in there. That's their life. We're just filming. And one guy was on the ground in Mexico, in Tijuana. He passed out.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, get him ice. And they're hitting him, waking him up. They put him against the wall, and they're just tapping him, and he kind of wakes up. They're like, okay, how you feeling? I'm good. And I'm like,
you don't look good, bitch.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all still gonna continue this shit?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They do.
And then they're like, we got 2 more pounds to cut. Get back in the sauna.
He didn't even and he couldn't even make the weight.
Damn.
He didn't make weight. He went through all that.
But also, like, that all comes down to discipline too with a lot of fighters. It's knowing nutrition, because you're seeing it more and more and more with these fighters, especially because so many cards have fallen apart on big cards, like UFC cards. People missing weight.
Dude, yeah. A lot of people were missing weight.
Khabib Nurmagomedov was notorious for that. But like, I was like, man, but it comes down to a discipline. You can't cut 30, 40. I think there's a weird part where it's the point of diminishing returns, right? Because you're cutting weight so you can be stronger and bigger than your
when you're
opponent.
fighting.
Yeah, because you'll weigh in. A lot of these fights, it depends on how they do it. If you do same day weigh-ins, I don't think a lot of people do it like that anymore. But they'll do the weigh-ins the day before or in the morning or whatever. What these guys do is they'll get themselves. Have you seen when Conor gets himself at 145? He looks like death.
He looks like, dude, it's
his fucking face.
you can see his veins around his eyes.
Yeah, he looks old as fuck, like an old homeless Irish man. And he gets down to 145. By the time they step in the ring, he's 180, 175. They rehydrate, they eat and shit. But that's the goal. But at some point, your body is going through trauma when you're
going through trauma. And so I saw that. See,
Yeah.
I didn't. When you watch fights, you don't think about those things.
And it's gonna affect
now,
you.
I look at all that because I was behind the scenes.
It affects
for
your
so long.
cardio. It affects your brain, your cognitive function. If you're
Everything.
dehydrated,
It's bad.
Bro.
And also, I saw discipline. I saw fighters who literally they would only eat salad like during the weigh-ins, and next day, you know, we fed them. We bought food for a lot of people, and a lot of times, depending on where we were at, we would just get whatever. Hey, you got chicken wings? We'll get that. We got pizza.
And he's like, no.
But you would see most fighters, and most of those guys won. They're like, I don't eat that shit. And they said it to me. I was like, well, we got you some pizza. He's like, Reko, I don't eat that shit.
Yeah.
And walked away.
Yeah.
And he wasn't being mean. You know, the guy hasn't eaten in 2 days.
He's like, don't show me a fucking pizza.
But I was
right
like,
now.
But I got it. Like, I understood what he said. Like, yeah, it was like, one, that's crap. Don't give me that shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm doing?
He's like, dude, I'm starving right
Yeah.
now. And
But I'm
you're
working
putting-
on- yeah,
and
yeah.
You're putting pizza on my face.
That's horrible. Then we had other fighters who were like, oh shit, free food.
Yeah.
And they're eating that pizza. I'm like, let's see how they do in the fight.
That's probably a bad idea.
It was, man. They all lost their fight. Most of them lost their fight. And I started thinking about that.
How
I'm
you
like,
do anything is how you do everything.
they didn't replenish their body with the proper nutrition that they needed.
You need nutrients, bro.
You need the nutrients, man. Your body's a machine compared to the other guy who went and got a smoothie, green smoothie, salad, vitamins, everything to make sure his body was back to 100%.
Because your body. I just had a nutritionist on, and she talked about it. She's like, your body can take a lot of abuse, but you got to give it something to fight back with.
You do.
You have to give it nutrients to, like, you know, you can go, like, last night I went out and I had 2 drinks. It fucked me up for 2 drinks, right? So, because I don't normally drink anymore. But this morning I wasn't hungover, I wasn't fucked up, I wasn't anything really, because I've given my body all these for the most part, you know, throughout the whole week I eat super fucking clean. I have those, so your body has the strength to fight back, and that fighter drinking that smoothie has the strength to fight back when he's cutting weight. At least his body has something to hang on to.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is good.
Not
Compared
pizza.
To, the other guys were drinking pizza.
Yeah.
Eating chicken wings, man.
It's crazy.
I still remember that because it was such a picture in my head that I was like, wow. And I saw both fighters. I was like, no, Reko, I don't eat that shit.
Yeah.
Walked out and got some salads and
Yeah.
some other stuff while the other one's sitting there just gorging.
I can eat all this.
And I was like that fighter. I'm like, I ain't eating this shit either.
You
know what? Shit.
I think he has a point.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck, we went on a tangent there. Have you seen this video? It's gone viral, but check this out. I love this.
Oh, yeah, I saw it this morning,
Dude,
on Facebook.
Yeah, so homeboy comes up,
This is a jiu-jitsu
grabs
move.
her
Watch,
ass.
she's gonna grab him.
She's like, pulls his
Come
collar.
here. Boom, jujitsu.
She slams his bitch ass. Everybody's like, oh shit. I love this video, man.
Well, me too, and I think women should learn different forms of martial arts to defend themselves. And I think jiu-jitsu is the perfect form.
It's because it's built for the small person.
It's built for a weaker person to be able to fight a bigger person.
And you can dominate people. I've had tiny people dominate me on a jiu-jitsu match. Or a match.
You train?
I used to, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just, fuck around.
Do you know Hickson Gracie?
Yeah, of course. Have
you seen his documentary on YouTube?
No, I haven't.
Holy shit. So I got one of my friends all into it because I told him about the shit I was doing, and he was like, I like this jiu-jitsu stuff. Next thing you know, the guy became like a jiu-jitsu guy. Like, he's like watching jiu-jitsu videos. He's in jiu-jitsu class.
Because you get obsessed. Most people
That's
that
what
have...
he told me. He's obsessed.
Yeah, most people that have addictive personalities get obsessed with things like that.
But jiu-jitsu is like an addictive sport.
That's
People
what I
love
mean.
it because you don't get hurt. You can take care of
You
yourself.
can get hurt,
You
but-
can, but if that's when you're trying to compete and
It's
you're not...
minimal.
That's when you're not tapping out. You're being an idiot.
It's true. It's ego.
You know, it's ego.
Or you're rolling with people you shouldn't be rolling with.
Yeah, exactly. So you can. There's a lot of things to mitigate that kind of like injury. But he's in it, and he's the one that told me about this Hickson Gracie documentary. And I was like, all right. He's like, no, Reko, you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
You have to watch it. I'm like, fuck, all right.
I'll
he's
watch
like, he's
it.
the greatest fighter that ever lived. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's a big claim.
Yeah.
I watched it. I'm like, he is the greatest fighter that has ever lived. Holy shit!
Because of what he did.
He fought 300 fights. He never lost.
Yeah.
And he fought before the UFC, before there were rules.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
fought
yeah.
bare knuckle.
Yep.
So there was nothing.
He was wearing a fucking gi.
No, this guy's just wearing a little like a wrestler kind of like thong thing.
Hickson,
He fought in gis. No, he fought in gis, but he fought in like these fight leagues in Japan.
oh yeah, for sure.
And they were just like, like wrestlers,
Yeah.
But there's no guard, no nothing. Everything went.
It's a real fight.
It's a real fight. And in the documentary, he talks about it. He's like, the only reason he fought was because he was training people in jiu-jitsu, and he had all these students, and he wanted to prove to them
This shit works.
that this shit works. And the only way I can do it is by putting myself in those positions.
Damn, that's real trust in your craft. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
look, guys, I'm gonna put myself in harm's way because I'm sure when he was
5'9", 5'10". So he's 5'10", my height.
He had
my weight,
giants.
170. He fought guys that were 6'4", 250, 220.
bro, insane and dominated.
Dominated.
It's so crazy to have that. Because I've had that experience where you're like, somebody's over you, and I think it's an important feeling for people to have. And I've talked about it here before, where it's like where you kind of understand better your place in the universe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, there's a lot of people out there that can fuck me up. You know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't walk around like I'm such big shit around town. You know, I feel like a lot of guys haven't had their ego tested. You know what I mean? They haven't had.
But they keep thinking and talking. I've been in street fights. I've gotten my ass whooped.
Same.
So
yeah.
I know what it's like, and I'm like, but I hear people talking.
Sometimes
I'm like,
with a hammer, sometimes with a nail.
yeah,
You know?
but it's so funny because I hear people, yeah, man, we'll kick his ass. I'm like, show me a fighting stance.
Yeah.
And you see them. I'm like, throw a punch,
Yeah.
dude.
Come on,
you
bro.
would not hurt anybody
No,
with that
stop
punch.
it. Yeah.
First thing I would do, I would eat your punch and then elbow you right in the eye.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know that. And like being around actual fighters and shit, like knowing like when somebody's just from hanging around fighters and seeing these guys, I can tell like when someone's this is gonna go well for him or it's not gonna.
Yeah,
go
you can
well
see the
for him.
confidence. You can also see
Yeah.
the confidence. And
Yeah,
some of
you
these guys are so fucking strong.
Oh, dude.
I was fucking around with one of them. He was a Russian dude. He was really a sweetheart. Man.
Russians are different, bro.
Dude,
they are
he
different.
is. Whoa, he was powerful. So we were fucking around like we were about to fight, and
Yeah.
I was like doing little stuff to him. He wasn't that much bigger. He was 6 feet, probably like 200.
Yeah.
And then honestly, he came down because he had the wrestling background and sambo background.
Of course.
He came
All
in
the
and
Russians
just
do.
picked me up like I was 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Whew, and was swinging me around. I was like, okay, get me down. My
You're like
legs
a
are
child.
swinging. Yeah, I felt like I felt so small.
Oh my god.
I was like, I just got manhandled.
Yeah.
But literally in a way where I've never felt that before.
Just
Tony did that to me.
helplessness.
Tony did that to me too, and Tony's a big football player.
Yeah.
You know? And he did that, and it was like this helpless child thing, like floating. I was like,
Yeah.
what do you do? Like,
Yeah.
there are people that are so much stronger.
It's important
us.
to know that, man.
Yeah.
that you ain't that. You know what I mean? That there's levels. Like there's some people are just cut from a different cloth.
They are. And
They're
when
just-
I felt that, I was like, that's why I have to use my humor for this.
Yeah.
I got to make
That's
them laugh.
what I
so
said. I'm like, I grew up in
so
the
they
hood.
don't
I was
beat
always
me
a
up.
funny guy.
Yeah.
You know, I was a funny guy because that's how I got myself out of situations. I'm like, listen, like I'm not as big as my fucking friends here that throw people over their heads. So I'm just gonna be the funny guy.
Yeah. I
know?
kind of found my position.
I can defend myself if shit needs to go down, but for the most part, I'm not the one looking for fights.
Or I train for running.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gone.
Yeah, I'll hurt you. I'll do one. I got one good move, and then I'm out. I'm avoiding trouble. Boom. Fuck. We're an hour and 12 in. What do you want to leave the people off, man? What's your message? Well, what's your social first before that? Your social media and all that.
So everything just Reko Moreno, man. The way I spell it.
REKOMORENO. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, at Reko Moreno, man. That's all my social. So I'll be doing a lot more stuff. I'll be starting to put these vlogs up probably next month.
Tight.
So I'm just kind of shooting stuff,
Fuck yeah.
putting it together.
Yeah.
Kind of copying the format of Startup, that podcast. Have you heard of Startup? It's a dope podcast, man. It's about this guy who wanted to create his own podcast company, and he's literally documenting the journey of creating this podcast company.
It's probably big now, right, at this point?
Huge.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of doing the same thing with this movie. It's kind of like this is me trying to learn how to put it into festivals and get it sold, preferably to like a streaming service like Netflix, Amazon, Facebook,
yeah.
one of those guys.
One of the million streaming services
Yeah,
there is
but
now.
like how I'm doing it, that's
Yeah.
my goal. And also at the same time, giving someone and other people the insight through what I just went through so they can learn from it,
Oh, yeah.
maybe take from it, or learn what not to do from
Yeah.
what I'm doing. You
Don't
know?
break down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we've all had those. Yeah. What do you want to leave the people off with, man? What's your message?
Damn, man. I got so many things I would like to say. But my biggest thing is,
Keep it simple.
yeah, just
What speaks close to you?
I think it's more for me. What I would love people to know is, man, you got to just go out there and do what you need to do, get it done, and at the same time, be humble enough to ask for help because nothing is done by yourself. You might be the creative one, but man, you need someone to do the business side. You might be the business guy, you need a creative one. Or you just need that someone else to just kind of help push it along forward because there's things you don't know that they might know.
Shit, you might need a PA to run all the shit back and forth.
But it's also humble yourself to know that you have no idea who can teach you something. I do think the universe speaks through us, through people.
Yeah.
So you might be talking to someone who you think has nothing to do with your business, can never help you, and you start talking about what you're doing, and all of a sudden they give you this insight that's going to change everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the beauty in it, man.
That's life, man.
Learning to fucking sit back and not judge and be like, what can I learn from this?
Yeah. And I'm in a learning state, and I want to be in a learning state for the rest of my life because I've realized when I get too confident, I get too cocky, I fail, and I also stop moving forward. I get to a point where I'm good, and I'm just gonna chill back.
That's the universe correcting you, though.
Yeah. Now I'm like, no, man,
path, bro. No.
I can always get better.
Yeah.
Even if even if my movie sold for $5 million, you'd be like, wow, what are you gonna do next? I'm like, well, I'm gonna learn from that and get better.
I gotta make a $10 million movie.
Yeah.
Now.
But I gotta keep getting better. Like I see my flaws. How do I get better? It's a craft. Yeah. Even my selling, my pitching. How can I get it better?
Yeah.
What have I said that I didn't like? What can I keep honing in?
And when you look at these people at the top, it makes perfect sense. Where you're like, oh. Of course, they've got a life of mastery in this. They understand, you know what I mean? That's the big thing that I think that we all could take away too. Like, is that it makes sense. You know, when something happens, you're like, oh, of course, I had to do all the work myself.
Yeah,
of course, it took me. It's this much effort. You know, of course, it's never. We imagine that we want the secret pill, we want the secret thing.
And we want it now.
Yeah,
now.
But then when it finally happens to you, you're like. Oh, of course I had to
go
do all
this.
That. Yeah.
I had to learn that.
So
I had
to tell me everybody's that's been here did that? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought there was like a shortcut that I could
That's another thing. Man, stop with the shortcuts.
There's no shortcuts.
We have been selling, and then we're being sold on infomercials and all these books. Yeah. Oh, this is going to sell you. This is the shortcut. There is no fucking shortcut.
Fuck you. There's no shortcut. If anything, that shortcut's going to make it a long cut.
It is, because you're going to make these stupid mistakes that you didn't have to do.
And you got to start from the beginning again.
And you wasted money and time.
Yep. Episode 63, we dropped some fucking fire for you guys.
Fire.
Be sure to give us a 5-star rating and give us a good review. If you don't have a good one, then keep it to your motherfucking self. All right, guys. Episode 63, Curious Radio. Thank you for coming on, brother. I fucking appreciate it, man. Episode 63, guys. We'll be back next week.